Last speaker, Mrs. Andreasen.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to ask if any of the colleagues was yesterday present at Econ Committee meeting where Mr. Šemeta made a presentation on the financial transaction tax. Because then Mr. Goran Farm and Jutta Haug would learn that what the tabloids supposedly say was based on what Mr. Šemeta is presenting. In fact, he did say among the risks that there is a concrete risk of the tax being transferred to consumers. So we cannot avoid thinking about this, and it's not an invention from the journalists or the tabloids, as is being said. He also said there was a risk of relocation, and indeed, Mr. Lamassoure, the UK has tax on financial transactions, but this is how they make the revenue of their own budget. And what we are claiming here is that this money, instead of going to their own national budget, is going to come to the EU budget. Nobody is going to accept this in the UK. There is no agreement for this to happen. They have to balance their own accounts, as every country has to balance their own accounts. So they are not against a financial transaction tax in as much as it is raised and kept in their own country. The problem we have here is that we are trying to design the own resources and to finance the European Union. And this is what the Member States, and the UK specifically, which I represent, is against. So the tabloids are not making these new ideas. These ideas are in the concept of the European Commission. And it would be a good thing that you listen and you see what the presentation of the European transaction tax, the financial transaction tax, was by the taxation commissioner. Thank you.
Je vous remercie, madame. Et donc,
Thank you very much. Well, I conclude from that you yourself are in favour of a financial transactions tax. You're not in favour of this being a source of funds for the EU budget. So some people see negative consequences, but in fact they are in reality of secondary importance. That's an important point. But unfortunately, we now have to move on to the hearing on the Baltic Sea.